Greetings and hellos and salutations and all that good stuff. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to our channel.
Welcome back to my channel.
Hi everybody. Ooh, that's a pretty cool looking graphic you got there. I like that.
You're welcome.
You're pretty awesome.
I'm awesome.
To us. Hello.
Hey everybody. So today, I've already went live. This is my second time, so if you missed my Ken from the car, check it out. So tonight we are making a very fun Halloween home decor project. So before we get started, to everyone that is new to this channel, make sure you hit subscribe. We are trying to hit 100,000 subscribers, so I get my YouTube play button, but we also get the ability to do sponsors, which means you guys can sponsor and get these cute emojis, and it's this whole thing, and I love it. Also, if you are going to interact with us through the live chat, make sure any caps or any questions are in caps. Or if you are watching after we are live, you can follow along with what the live chat was off to the right of the screen right now. Everything we are doing tonight, we have all the links down below. If you use these links, it helps support Ken's Creations, and for that we thank you very, very much. For those of you who did miss the Ken from the card, right now Cricut has 3 amazing grab bags, they're calling it. They are not mystery boxes. They're pretty much a mystery box because they're $34.99.
Alrighty then.
And you get some amazing deals. The links down below, if you click on them, it will tell you what is in the box. Neat. So they're not a mystery box. They're kind of like a mystery box, but not really. But they're pretty much a mystery box. Yeah. And the $34.99, the one that is really good is the Cuttlebug one. So if you had to make a decision between the 3, the Cuttlebug is good. The iron-on and vinyl are the old product. What we're using tonight will be the new product, so just keep that in mind as well. You can use our coupon code on that, KK10, so go down below, click the links, check out. The sales this week are a little confusing to people because they are all code generated, meaning there is cutting material is 30% off, accessories are 30% off, fabrics 30% off, but in order to unlock these, you do need to use a code. So for example, fabric is 30% off and its code is FAB30. Cutting materials are 30% off, and I want to say it's material 30, I think. Anyways, look at the codes down below, use the links. I've given you all of the links actually match up with what we're using. So we're going to be using vinyl, that has a code. We're using fabric, that has a code. Accessories we're using, that has a code. So look down below, look at the links, and then use the codes. Keep in mind you can only use 1 coupon per transaction. So if you're going to buy materials, accessories, and fabric, you'll want to separate those into 3 different transactions. Plus, unfortunately, you will not be able to use the KK10 on that because that is considered a coupon code. You can only use 1 at checkout. Does that make sense, Sean?
Yes.
All right, so we will get started. We are making 3 shadow boxes. I've already cut 2 of these just because the images we are using are a little bit detailed oriented and they take a little bit longer. This project is available in Cricut Design Space for anyone to use. So Cricut Design Space has a Make It Now project. You can get lost in this Make It Now projects because there are so many. A lot of them are free because they use images and access. These images that I found is an amazing set, and I will show you it and show you some of the other designs that go with it. So with that said, we are going to jump actually to my computer first so I can show you where this is found at. So this is Cricut Design Space. If you guys have never been in Cricut Design Space, most people immediately go to New Project right here. And this, of course, is all of my projects here. But what I do is I usually go to View All. This will take you to their View All. And I change this up to all categories. So this is every single project in Cricut Design Space that you can look through. Now, the project I'm doing is a Halloween project. So I'm just going to search Halloween. Helps if I spell that right. And it'll bring up all of your Halloween projects. Now, some great things just to look at right away. If it has an A with this little green banner, do you know what that means, Sean?
Say that one more time.
The little A in the green banner, what does that mean?
That means, I remember this one.
That means the images that are used in that project are part of Cricut Access.
There you go.
This is why I stress so much to have Cricut Access, because it gives you the ability to use right now around 35,000 images. That will soon go up as Cricut keeps adding more images, but it essentially makes it to where the project won't cost anything. So the project we're doing today is the shadow boxes, which are, I think I just passed them, or maybe I didn't. Let's scroll all the way down. I guess I could put shadow boxes. Let's do that. Let's do Halloween shadow. There they are right there. Floating Halloween gallery art. So when you click on this, it will bring up everything about your project. You have the project there. It tells you the description, it tells you the finished size, it tells you what material, so we just need black vinyl. Everything else is, we can do glitter cardstock, foam core board, frame with 3 openings, that you can make your own frame if you wanted to, and it actually gives you instructions. But what I love about it is it tells you the image it's from. So these are from a project, or a cartridge called Holiday One Cut Gallery Art. So if we click that, it will bring up this cartridge. This cartridge, you guys, is amazing. It is part of Access, which I love. And what it does is it takes images of the holiday and makes images out of it. So for example, this Christmas wreath is a whole bunch of images of Christmas, and they made it into a wreath. So this project's going to be using this pumpkin that you can see. There's a skull, a witch's hat, a bat. It's also going to be using the Rest in Peace one here, and it is using the bat right here. So this is a really fun cartridge that I've not seen, but I love. So that is what we will be creating today. Once you are ready with your project, we'll actually go back to the projects here, and I'll look that up again. And once you're in the project, you have a couple of options. You can either customize it or make it. All Make It will do is it will go straight to your mats, or you can customize it. I did customize this project because I wanted the sizes to make sure that that they would work, because actually what I'm using is a 9 3/4 frame. So if you ever want to see how big your image is, you can add the square, which is my frame per se, and then I could change this to 9 7.75, 9 3/4. So this way I can see if the image is large enough for my frame, or if I need to make it a different size. So if I move this to the back, I can kind of see, yep, that's a good size, for what I'm trying to do. Like I had said, I've already have this going. It's in my last frame. I have all 3. These 2 I've already cut out. Here's the Rest in Peace. Here is the pumpkin. So the last one we need to do is this mat right here. It's been a while, so my maker is still not connected, or it disconnected, so I'm going to make sure I'm connected with the Bluetooth. I'm using the Cricut Maker. You can use any Cricut machine, the Cricut Explorer, Cricut Explorer 1, Cricut Explorer Air 2, any of those will work. Now, we will be using the premium vinyl. This is the new stuff, you guys. I love this stuff. And it is the permanent glossy. Now, if you've taken stuff out of your roll here and you're not sure what it is, look what Cricut's done on this new stuff. They tell you what it is on the back. Cricut, this is permanent premium vinyl glossy. So that is what we're going to be using. And I already have things cut down. These come in a 12-inch roll, and since we're only putting in a 9x9, we don't have to worry too much about it. Now, back on our desktop here, I do need to pick out our materials. So I'm going to do browse all materials, and I will look up vinyl. This will bring up all of my vinyl options. The ones with the little C on it, that just means it is a Cricut material, which makes it really nice because they've really programmed that machine. We're using this one here, the permanent glossy. So then I can hit done. What's nice is Cricut Design Space tells me, hey, here is what you'll need. So we just need our fine tip blade in B. Now, one thing you'll also notice is if you hover over your image here off to the left-hand side, it tells you how big your image is going to be. So this way you don't have to waste vinyl. We know that we need a piece from about 10 inches down to 8 inches, which is what I have here. So when I put this on the mat, I literally can use Cricut Design Space to say, does this match what's literally in front of me? Now, on this glossy vinyl, I will tell you guys, be very careful. If you use a tool, let's say this, or even a Cricut spatula or anything like this, it will scratch it. It's a glossy surface. So you're better to use a brayer tool, and then you're not going to scratch it. Now, if you're cutting a whole bunch of, you know, like I'm cutting a whole bunch of icons, probably won't see that. But you can definitely see on the images that I cut already. Let me show you here. I don't know if they'll be able to see that. Where, no, not really.
Put it at an angle. There you won't see it.
Kind of see it. There's by using a tool, I kind of scratched it, which is a bummer. But nothing huge. But I would use a brayer tool instead. We are gonna.
Fatima was just asking, which I probably a good question. Do you ever change the pressure to anything?
So the only time I change the pressure is if I'm using a material that I don't know. Let's say I bought it it's a special kind of vinyl or something, and I do a test cut and it's not good enough, I will sometimes add pressure real quick. So we're just gonna load our mat, and you'll see on the desktop that because I am using vinyl, I have the option to do fast mode. So if you have the Cricut Explorer Air 2, the Cricut Maker, you have the option to go fast mode. It's completely up to you. But if that radio dial is turned on now, I will be able to cut up to twice as fast on this machine. So all I have to do is press the go, which is this little blinky head right here, and my machine will start cutting.
So Miss Kabicki was asking how much is coming in one roll of the vinyl. How much is it?
Oh, good question. So the premium vinyl comes with 12 by 48.
So 4 feet?
4 feet, and it's awesome. I love it.
Nice.
So as this is cutting, I'll have you jump back over here. What's really nice in Cricut Design Space is it tells you how fast you're going. So we have about we're done 6%. This will take a little bit of time just because of the amount of stuff on that is cutting. It's cutting a lot of circles and squares and Halloween icons. So I did cut the first two. So what I'm going to do while that cuts is I'm going to move my machine out of the way here. And while that's cutting, we can go ahead and weed my other ones I've already cut. Now this is the new premium vinyl, so I gotta tell you guys, you are going to love how this new stuff weeds. Watch this. I'm just gonna grab it in the corner here. And when you get to some of these spots here where there's really tight corners, you might need to take your tool down in there and just grab it. And you'll feel, because it's nice and easy, and then all of a sudden you feel kind of your vinyl pulling. And that's just on these items that are a little bit more intricate. Look at that.
Wow,
look at that cat hair. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's just craziness. Look at the broom. Look at that, one piece.
One piece, and you can see all of your spots here. The only thing it didn't pull up, and that's just because of the angle, was this little eyeball here. So now you can do a final check just to make sure, because we are a pumpkin here. So it should look like a pumpkin. But it weeds just absolutely beautiful. All right, so my pumpkin's a little off on the bottom, and I'm pulling up my vinyl, and there's a few pieces it didn't grab for whatever reason, so I am going to grab those really quick. And that is just these little circle pieces. So I'm just gonna put this down where this lines up. And there's one right here. And that's probably just due to the way I was pulling up the vinyl. There's one here and one there. And they just flung everywhere, but that's okay. So you can always use your piece here on a map below just to see kind of your, it's not a big deal. You also kind of see the
Kiss cut?
The kiss cut, yep. I'm so proud of you, Sean.
Thank you.
You knew exactly what that was. Look at you getting all crafty, knowing terms and stuff. So we have that one. I have a bigger one up by the kitty cat. Now usually, like I said, it will, this has a lot of pieces to it, so, but I wasn't paying attention towards the bottom. So I probably lifted it at a weird angle, which didn't help towards the end there. And then one piece, oh, pulling up here. All right. All right, I think I got everything else. Does it look like there's anything else missing, Sean, just when you're looking at it?
Nope, that's all of it.
Nope. So it definitely was the way I was lifting it down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Still very amazing. I mean, look at the intricate of the, like the little brushes. Look how close I got. That is just amazing. And of course the cat hair. The weeding tool, somebody wants to know?
That is Siser's weeding tool. Okay, I have that. This is really cool because it's all one continuous thing. So I'm just going to pull it really slow. There's these little corners in here. Can I even see that? Sorry. I didn't even make sure I was straight for you guys.
Okay, if I go to the right a little bit?
Yes.
Right there.
Alright, how's that one look?
Pretty cool.
So we have a little bit in the bird here.
The raven or the crow.
Or is that a raven? Yeah,
raven.
You're probably right. Look at the hands, and that is so cool. We're missing, the only thing I think we're missing on this one is there is a flame. Now this one has some pretty tiny little dots in it. But we'll just put that flame. Okay, other than that, Sean, does it look good?
Looks really cool.
I like this one. This is awesome.
The cat does not have eyes. No.
The cat does not have eyes.
Nope.
Poor kitty cat. All right, so looks like our last one is done, which is the bat, and then we'll be able to put our transfer tape on it. So,
are we done with your desktop?
Yes, we are done.
I'll go and take that.
They didn't even hear it.
Didn't even hear my sneeze. How come you don't use the bright pad? You can really see this because the way it's glossy.
It's glossy, you can really see it, but this is all one continuous pull, meaning I won't have to weed too much. It all pulls up. I'm gonna grab that now. I don't know what it is about these dots. It just, let me pull that off my finger. Everything else is weeding fine, but these dots are being non-agreeing to Ken. Oh, wow, look at that. What is that? Is that like a...
It's a centipede.
Is that what it is?
Millipede,
so
centipede?
cool.
I'd say centipede.
That's so cool. The bat.
Very cool stuff.
Yeah, so there is just a couple of little tiny dots that should have went above the pumpkin's head in here.
And this one goes here.
And to be honest, this could be a couple different reasons. It could be that the blade I have, where did this one go?
Goes right here.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, so this could have been because the blade I have just needs a new blade. I haven't changed it in a while. But a lot of these, to be honest, I mean, you wouldn't even tell that they're missing.
So the weeding tool again is from Siser.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't even know where these ones are missing from.
There's one that goes here.
Oh, yep, you're right.
It's really good if you look at it at an angle. There's a teeny tiny one that goes here, but you may, if you can even find it, and just a couple around the spider legs.
I'm not worried about it because you can't even really tell they go there.
Yep.
All right, guys. So that is all 3 images. So we'll finish up this and then we'll get on to the frames. Okay, so I am going to be using the new transfer paper from Cricut. They have kind of an older transfer paper that they've had for a long time, and then they have this newer stuff, and then they have stuff for stronghold. Now this comes with graphs on it, so you can tell, okay, this is, I only need right to here. So then I just take a little pair of scissors and cut that. And doing the same thing on the other side, I'll just take this from the top and cut it. Now the big thing on transfer paper for me is using the grids. That's what they're there for. Thank you, Sean. So do it up right there because it's going to go up. There you go. Perfect. Yep. So this way you can line it up. We're doing a shadow box, so we want to make sure we are lined up. So this is just Cricut trimmer. Works great. And then we're just going to go to our lined up here.
Sent you an email about your event in New York.
Perfect. Now this new transfer paper is a lot thinner than the old Cricut stuff, which I appreciate. And then what you want to do is when you lay this down, the best way to do this is kind of run your hand down with it so it avoids any huge wrinkles. If you get a wrinkle, do not stress. It's nothing to get worried about. But if you avoid getting wrinkles in there, you're going to get a better transfer. And then you just, I use a brayer like you're seeing now. And then the way I remove it is I don't remove it off with the white. I take my mat like so and kind of pull back with the mat. And then if you have any little spots that it doesn't pick up, oh, I'm bleeding, I think. Are you bleeding?
I'm not bleeding. Are you bleeding?
Who's bleeding?
It has to be you. You're the one that touched it. Huh.
Where?
I don't know. Weird.
This is a haunted project.
I done.
Sean, is this a haunted project?
No.
Then who's bleeding? Is it ketchup? Did we have like leave ketchup on this?
Maybe, but I don't think so. That ketchup was so good.
That ketchup was good, but is that what it's from? Because I don't.
No.
Are you bleeding?
No, I'm not bleeding at all.
Then what is?
Maybe it's not bleeding so quickly that you can't see it. You are bleeding. You touched it again.
Where?
What's this? On your thumb.
No?
Huh? Huh.
I don't know.
Where?
It's haunted. Haunted project, everyone. So all you need to do is grab, this has a lot going on. I'm just going to grab a Cricut tool. Just run it over as we go on to pick it up. And that's all it took was a little bit of that Cricut tool.
Paint on the brayer. Nope.
It's haunted. I give up. It's a haunted project, you all. I don't know where it's coming from, but it definitely is coming from, I think, me, but I'm not bleeding anywhere.
The bat was feeding.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
That was from Fatima.
So as I go, why are you stressing about this?
I was going to get it for you.
I know, but you're stressing about stuff. You get very worried when stuff. So when you're working with your transfer paper, just go slow. You'll see any parts that don't pick up. And this stuff is, I think, miles above the old stuff. It just transfers so much better. I would always have a problem with the old stuff at starting a transfer and then not picking up little pieces. And even if I used my spatula, it still wouldn't work. Someone is bleeding. Where am I bleeding from?
Don't know.
I am having a moment, Sean.
I know.
Am I bleeding from my face?
No. Or can
This
you get
is the
or can
weirdest
you
thing
get
ever.
this in Colombia? I don't think you can get this in Colombia.
All right. So let's do that for our other mats here. I'm just going to wipe my hands because I don't know where that's coming from. Found it.
Found it.
There it is. We found it, guys. I somehow cut myself. I don't even know when I did that.
Did you poke yourself?
Oh, you know what that's from? When I was using the cutter, I bet. I grabbed it from here, I bet. Gotta be careful.
Gotta be careful.
Well, I'm glad we solved that mystery when we found out we're not haunted. Okay.
Enigma Rose, this vinyl is the permanent vinyl. Yes. Is that enough?
Yep.
Look at that.
So we're gonna go, let's cut this down. We need to do this one at about what, 9 inches by what?
Well, 9, a little over, oh, it's almost 10 inches wide. Which
Well,
I think
but it's not. No, it's 9 inches. There's 9 inches right there.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna do it 9 by what?
By
Probably the 7.5.
Yep, 7.5, just close to 8.
Okay. I love this new transfer paper, you guys.
Muy bien.
It is muy bien.
Should I go get you a Band-Aid?
Well, it only bleeds when I put pressure.
Stacy, the images are from...
This is from Cricut Access.
Cricut Access.
I want to say it was called Holiday... Gosh, I don't remember. But if you look in Cricut Access, just look for this project in the Make It Now projects, and it links to that cartridge below. It was a fun cartridge for sure. I've never seen it until I saw this. I am a love making shadow boxes. They're my jam. They're my jam, Sean.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, Sean, guess what? The new Chocateur preview came out for us designers.
Oh,
and
yes,
Sean
it did.
got to see it, and I'm just saying, if you like the vintage truck and you like the what was it called? The camper that went with it. Oh,
very, very cool.
it is so cool.
Look how easy this one was.
I'm telling you,
It is so much better.
so much better.
Whoever designed this stuff has done good.
I think we are gonna have. Look at that.
Is it enough?
It's a little short, but I think it'll be fine.
Okay. Just barely.
Just wait. What is this one? No, these are all.
Oh, those
these
are
are all
shorties.
little guy.
Little shorties.
Shorties.
Little shorties.
He had a hit song in the '90s, didn't he? Shorty.
Mama Disney is still at work. What?
I'm sorry. I'm technically still at work too.
I would try.
Too late.
I was going to say try to put that to the very edge. Because you probably could have got it.
I probably could have. Too late, Sean.
Oh, well.
It's too late. So, this is where your brayer tool comes in handy. If you do not have a brayer tool in your craft room, I highly suggest it.
Chocateur, impossible to get in Australia. This is true.
Not yet.
This is true.
But the new catalog, you guys, I can't share it yet, but it goes live on Monday, and it is cute.
Yep.
I need to have it. I need to have it all, Sean.
All of it.
You know me, I'm an all collection kind of guy.
You got it done. This transfer tape is absolutely amazing.
It's so much better.
The vinyl is even amazing
It's so much better than their.
than the old stuff.
Yeah, and if it, you're gonna feel it,
Because they talked about going and trying to find something better, and they definitely did.
I don't know, and you can feel it. Like you can see if it, and all you have to do if it doesn't pick up something is just go back over with your
scraper
Cricut tool. Just kind of go over it 1, 2, 3, 4, and it picks it up fine. The old stuff did not. That old transfer paper, I would spend time, sometimes half hour doing things.
Mercedes Rosa watched our video from last night. The taste test. Yeah, that was fun.
Okay, so we are
what?
done with that.
Okay.
So we can
These are even the new
the new mats.
mats even.
Yep.
No smell.
I miss the smell.
No smell.
All right, guys. So now we are going to do the backing.
So this one's going to be fun. Fun.
All right. Can you show my desktop?
Oh, you said you
Here in a
didn't need
sec.
it again. We're going to have to give
Okay,
you
I'll do it later. It's no big deal.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're not doing it yet. So this is fusible fabric. I really liked the color of this crosshatch. It's got kind of this really nice. Will you show them the 3 colors, Sean? I'll be right back.
Sure. So you got the orange here. Got this beautiful purple. This really cool green. So we'll see if we can show all 3 here. So these are the 3 we're going to do. Instead of just doing one color like you saw in the original picture on that, we're going to choose 3 different colors. It's going to be very, very cool. And I'm going to do something real quick here. Give me a second. Put myself up there. There. So anyway, so it's fusible fabric, which means it's got the stuff, the material that when you heat it will adhere to whatever you're going to adhere it to. At least we're hoping so.
Okay.
Can I get your thing ready?
Not yet.
Okay.
So these are the old shadow boxes from Chocateur. We still have the white ones. We don't have these black ones anymore. And I think they're going to be 9 by 9. Now, I will let you know, this is fusible fabric. I will be using the Easy Press to hopefully stick to this. The Cricut, they have a new site to show you Easy Press settings, and I'll show that to you in one sec. It does not recommend using fusible fabric like on chipboard or wood, or in this case, chalkboard. So I don't know if this will turn out. We will see. But we're going to try anyways.
It's kind of a nice soft, backing. It's almost chalkboardish. There you go.
Perfect. So this is the Cricut fusible or self-healing cutting mat.
Yep.
And essentially what I'm doing is I just want to see in this corner, it is 10.5 by 10.5. So we could do that, or we could draw lines on it, but I think I'm going to just do it at 10.5 by 10.5. So I'll line it up.
Do it all. You do it.
Yeah, I have a ruler. Can you zoom out so they can see that better, or no?
Sure. I don't know if there's any more. That's full. There you go.
Okay. So I'm going to go 10.5 by 10.5. Now, because I don't want this to move when I'm using it, I do have a ruler that's going to hold it. Sean cut my thermo web tape. Weird.
I didn't do that.
Oh. All right, so I'm just going to take just some purple tape just to secure this. I probably won't need it because the ruler I'm using will do that for me, but just to be on the safe side. All right, so I'm going to be using the rotary blade. Here's the rotary blade. The rotary blade, the way this works is you have a, like that. That means you can cut. Once you're done cutting, you press this and it retracts. So this is 30% off, this is 30% off, this is 30% off. All of this is 30% off. You just have to use that code. What's nice on this ruler is it has a non-skid slip here. So when you're doing this, so you're going to cut along this edge, and we want to be at about 10.5. And actually, I'll do this one first because I can line it up. So 10.5 is halfway in between these two lines. If we run our thing up here, you should be able to see that's halfway. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. It just needs to go on the line more. All right, so then all I have to do is hold this and just go up next to that. As long as I push down hard enough, which I did, it's just that purple tape is holding it in place. There you go. Oh, you got it? Thanks, Sean. All right, so the same thing over here. We're gonna be at 10.5. Just follow that. There's little cross marks over on this side, so if you need to, you can line it up with those cross marks. Once again, this is locked, unlocked. Oops. And what's nice is this, because this is non-skid, should be perfect. All right, we just need to do that to our other two here. I have them over here, Shawnee.
Oh, okay.
So this is a beautiful purple. This actually comes in two different sets. One is the bright set, and the other is the green comes out of, I think it's the natural. I gave you the links down below. One's the natural set, I think. So I'm just placing this in the lower corner, making sure we're good. There we go. Well, it's close enough, I think. I mean, these are not perfectly cut, but they're supposed to be pretty. There we go. So once again, I'm just going to do this at 10.5.
Any news on the new 10 by 12 Easy Press release?
I don't know of an official date yet, but as soon as I do, I'll let you know. That rotary blade is nice.
Yeah,
they have a 45 degree. That looks crooked. Is it, or am I just cuckoo? They have either they have a 45 and a 60 millimeter.
So small or large.
Yeah, and that works great. All right, we'll finish this off with the orange. The only reason I'm using this instead of paper is I really liked the pattern on here. I don't even know what you would describe that pattern. Is it a watermark? Maybe?
I would say a kind of a not acid wash, but
oh yeah, kind
some kind of a wash.
Not acid wash.
Is the ruler 30% off? Yes.
Yep, I gave you the link down below. Now remember on this, you guys, first of all, if you're watching this after the fact, the sale might be done. You have to, if you're going to be buying multiple, like let's say you want to buy the fabric at 30% off and you want to buy the accessories at 30% off, you are going to have to use different transactions because you can only use one coupon code per transaction.
You're a little on the wrong one.
Thanks, Shine. And you won't be able to use the KK10, but if you're a premium access or an access member, you should be able to get an additional 10% off.
It does have a kind of a suede look.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does. That's a good idea. Okay, so we can remove that. And so all these tools are Cricut, amazing tools. Now I'm going to share my desktop with Sean again here.
Okay, give us a
So
second.
I want to show you this new.
Give us a second to connect.
New amazing thing Cricut has invented. Well, I don't know if they've invented it, but so I gave you the link in the description, and this is their new interactive for the Easy Press. It's an interactive option. So now it used to be like a big chart, and you'd have to say, "What am I using?" Now it actually has this really just a sec, guys.
Hold on.
Sorry, guys, just a sec. I've tried to tell him how to do that, but he refuses to say he doesn't know how to do it.
I just did.
But how long did it take you?
A couple seconds.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Careful, you keep hitting your mic. All right. So here's the new interactive reference guide, which is really nice because it used to be a chart that you would have to go, and now you can say what material are you working with. So I'm using fusible fabric, and then you use your base material. Now, keep in mind, this is what Cricut recommends. So for example, if I go to Everyday Iron-On, this is a perfect example. Now you have all of this where if you're using felt, it tells you exactly your settings. There's no more guessing. This is amazing. I love this. Keep in mind though, sometimes it's going to tell you we don't recommend it. So for example, fusible fabric, the closest I probably am going to say is, the closest is probably a chipboard, really.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Not recommended. So what does this mean? This means that Cricut is basically saying we cannot say that it will be a good result. Does that mean we can't try it? No, we can try it. But if it doesn't work, we know why. I don't see why it wouldn't work. We're still going to try it because my only other option would be to use adhesive on this, which I think I'm going to get some wrinkles in. So I don't need to necessarily worry about a Cricut Easy Press mat because it's not going to go through. But we are just going to kind of wing it with our own settings here and stuff. So I'm going to do it around 315, just like Everyday Iron-On, just like it would be for if I was using Everyday Iron-On. So I cannot recommend you guys saying you can do this because Cricut can't guarantee it, but doesn't mean we can't test it. So we're going to do it at 300 degrees.
Hold on.
So all I'm doing is turning my power on, and I'm going to hit this little light here, which is temp. And I'm going to go up to the 300 degrees. You know what I should have used? It was my big one.
300 or 315?
I should have used my bigger one because I'm going to have to do this in sections.
Well, I'll go get the big one.
Okay, unplug, Sean.
Unplug. Do.
So because of the size, I don't want to do it in multiple sections. We're going to use this one, which is the 12 by 10.
Got it?
Yep. And I'm going to do 315 degrees. So hit my little temperature gauge, 315. And when we actually do it, it's going to be for 30 seconds. So hit my little timer until it blinks, and we can go down. All right, so now we're just waiting for it to heat up. So I'll push that off to the side. Just checking out my sizing here to make sure I'm good. And look at that. That rotary blade got us perfectly on there. Now this is a shadow box, so the edge of this is going to be hidden anyways.
The fabric is out of stock?
The one is. The brights, unfortunately, is out of stock. The neutrals is. And I think the reason brights is out of stock is it comes with the purple and the orange. And it's obviously pretty close to Halloween colors. But it should come back in stock here pretty soon. Mm-hmm. But I just love that pattern.
And you see, we're up to 130 already. Shouldn't take too much longer. Much faster than any type of...
what was that?
This is so much faster than any kind of...
heat press or anything, yeah. I agree. All right, so I'm just going to be using a silicone sheet right now. I don't recommend silicone all the time. But
silicone or Teflon? Oh, silicone, yeah.
Yeah, it's silicone. It'll be fine. And this doesn't have a peel, so the reason I'm using this is just because I want a protective sheet. It should be fine. It shouldn't burn it, but, you know, just to be on the safe side. All right, how are we doing, Sean, on our...
We're at 190.
We're getting there. This will look good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I might as well get these ready.
Are you done with your computer top again?
Yes, I am done. I just wanted to show that interactive screen for the easy press. It is so much better than what it used to be.
All right, we're up here now.
Perfect. I'm just going to get these boards ready. So it used to be a chart. I printed off the charts and always had them, but I love this. Now keep in mind it's not going to have competitors' material. I get that question all the time. I'm looking on Cricut's chart for Sisers. Well, they're probably not going to have it on there. A couple reasons. Number one, it's a competitor product and they probably haven't tested it with their machines. Cricut's always going to give you the exact information for things they've tested. And number two, it's a competitor product. So it makes sense that they wouldn't have that on there because they want you to buy Cricut iron on. That makes sense. However, just keep in mind, Siser has an application you can go check. It's pretty much, you can get a pretty bulk comparable results. Worst case, just Google. Google is your friend. Google usually tells you everything you need to know.
All right, we're at 285. Almost there.
What am I stuck on?
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
You see one?
Nope. Try a different corner.
Oh. Okay, Shawnee.
There it goes.
There she goes.
Dee Dee, you heard it. It is ready.
It just sang its little love song to us.
Little love song.
That's not a song.
Could be.
It is?
I don't know. But it could be. Getting our things up ready. See if there's any questions. Melody says, I've used fusible fabric on chipboard. That's the only thing I've used it on. Cool. So this should work.
It should work. I don't know why it wouldn't. I get why they're not putting it on there, but it should work just fine.
All right.
So this is 12 by 10, so we should be able to cover the whole thing. So what we're going to do is bring this over and hit
your timer.
Start. And I'm not putting a lot of pressure. This is like if you're leaning on it, wouldn't you say?
Just leaning on it. Simple, easy. Puerto Rico, how's Puerto Rico doing?
I get this question all the time too when people say it's dripped down in the temperature. Don't worry about that while you're doing your project.
No, it's fine. Because the temperature senses, because you literally just stuck it on something cold. So it's going to drop, but it's going to come right back up again. Yeah, you just have a couple edges here.
Well, I don't have to worry about the edges. It's a shadow box, so there is going to be something that's pushing it down on this. But I would let it cool before we put it in the box or anything. Just kind of let it hang out and do its thing.
That's right.
And we can get started on the next one.
Next.
I love fusible fabric.
Can find fabric on other art stores. I don't know, can you?
Well, you can find fabric anywhere and make it fusible fabric. So you can get heat and bond. Heat and bond is it basically looks like a piece of laminate paper and it's got adhesive on one side, adhesive on the other. So you put it on, you'd peel off one side, you put it on, you'd press it onto the fabric, and then you remove the other side, and it actually makes it a fusible fabric.
Wow, Enigma Rose has a clothesline in her craft room.
Cool.
Well, that's cool.
All right, Sean, you can do this one. Oh, the other way. There you go. It's easier that way. Okay. And then we're going to hit start, and he'll put down some pressure.
What would you
use? You need to come up
Which
a
way?
little. There you go. Right there.
What would you use iron on light on?
So Iron On Light is their old brand of Cricut. It's now just called Everyday Iron On. Iron On Light was just a name that they gave it, and that was to be used on clothes and everyday items that, you know, were not like a gym. I wouldn't do... Oh, why did you do that?
I don't know. What do you think it did?
Just don't do that next time, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. So the reason I didn't want him to do that, it's fusible fabric. So even though we got it, since I don't know it got it, if twisting this like he did like that, if it doesn't have a good adhesion, he could have lifted up the fabric and twisted it. And once it's fused, it's fused. So remember, this is not an iron. You don't use it like an iron. You pressure release. We get in the habit of using it like an iron, and you don't want to do that. Think of it as a press. It's just an easy press. Okay. So this setting seems to work. It's 315 for 30 seconds, and it worked great. I'm gonna go get a window flush on.
Alrighty. And then that was done. Very cool. That is that. As he comes back down, we're gonna kind of give the glass a quick clean.
We're done with that. You can get rid of it.
You betcha.
So obviously glass gets fingerprints. So I use a Norwex cloth, which does a great job getting rid of those said fingerprints. Probably should have done that before I put that on.
You have to go to work. Oh,
sorry.
Sorry, Enigma Rose. Well, she's in Australia. It's work time down there.
Did you want to go ahead and do that in there?
Mm-hmm.
Did we get it all? Because guess what, John? You get to work on the next one.
I do.
I think that's good enough. There you go.
Thanks.
So while he works on that, I will put him back in and get him ready to go. Uh-oh.
One dropped.
Oh, that's why these boards are no longer being manufactured. The tabbies on them aren't the best. And then here's the last one, Shawnee.
Okay.
What happened to my tool? Did you get it?
Yep.
Last one.
Last one.
So right before we did this live video, Sean asked me, what's going on in the Big Brother house? And I was like, what are you talking about? And I guess he saw a video or a YouTube thing that said something about the Big Brother house. What did it say? Producers kick someone out or something?
Producers intervened with something.
Sean needs to know about his Big Brother gossip.
Like I care.
Then why would you ask?
It's just that you don't usually see that on a normal show where producers have to come in and intervene.
Ooh. Melody's the Big Brother watcher. She probably knows.
Mel, do you know?
She knows these things, Sean. She's a...
She's a fan.
She's a fan.
Can't tell if that's on this side or the other side.
I'm not worried about Sean if it's not perfect. It's good.
It's smeary.
It's okay. Not bad.
Okay. Nope, it's good now.
It's fine.
Yay.
We strive for perfection, but you know
We do what we can.
sometimes that just doesn't.
She loves Big Brother.
Ooh, this one's is a tight fit. Huh. Wonder why that is. Maybe I should have matched these up better. She loves Big Brother?
That's what she says. Love Big Brother. It's 9 more minutes until Big Brother, too.
Ooh.
At least in her time zone.
Yeah.
Patricia's.
We have a ways for ours.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sweet. It's double eviction night. Ooh.
Ooh, I remember those.
Yes, we do.
You did not do a good job, McCoy.
Told ya.
Do you like my form of Windex?
Why didn't you just use water?
All right, guys, so we have our boards. Look at how great those look. We have purple, we have orange, and we have green. So we'll start with the orange.
Go over there.
These can go over there. And the orange is going to get the pumpkin. All right, Shani.
Camera.
Uh-oh.
You get a dog hair?
Yep.
Of course.
Dog. When you have dogs. All right. So we want to be as close to center as we can, Sean.
Oh my! One of the men.
Sean.
What?
I need you to look on the camera to see if I'm close to center.
Oh my! That's gonna be hard for me to tell on the camera.
All right. So when in doubt, we will.
So they're saying one of the men has been inappropriately touching other contestants, some in their sleep.
What? Are you kidding me? All right, so I'm going to show you the secret that everyone taught me when I was doing my redone. So, you mark where a half is on this. So this is a, I forget what they call this.
T-square.
I use it for cards, but it works great for lining stuff up. And then, so we know that this is, so from side to side, from this end to this end, we're at almost 11 inches. It's like
No, you're just over 11.
just over 11. So we want to be at about, the center of that would be then 5.75, 5.5. So what people have shown me is we're going to mark where 5.5 is, which is right about.
Enigma Rose from Aussie says there was such a big controversy with our Big Brother, it was taken off the air.
Oh no. And then you basically, because this is center to center, you line this up where that is. So about right there. And then you just lay it flat, but I wasn't straight. Why was there such a big controversy in Australia?
Don't know. It looks too...
To what?
Is it too low, or mine just... Is it just a figment?
Well, we might be stuck. Oh, well, I guess not. Uh-oh.
You have two.
Those are the ones that didn't align, so I'll just put them back on there. What happened to my tool? Sean, you keep taking my tools. What controversy was in the... I want to know what was the controversy.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just going to go for it this time.
Middle school drama with middle-aged people.
Yep. All right, I'm just going to eyeball it because I'm getting in my head. So we got to go from this point to this point. And center is like right.
Definitely when a laser comes in handy.
Okay, what do you think? Good enough?
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Okay. So before I do this, I noticed my one cat's legs has a ripple in it. So I'm just gonna lift this. Now, if anything is already on the frame, don't freak out about it because everything's sitting in place. I just want to get that ripple out. There we go. I still have one down here, but I'm not worried about it, McCoy.
What other TV shows do we like?
Where's my Cricut scraper tool that you had and were playing with?
I didn't buy it.
Do not argue with me. You had it because you were kept trying to hand it to me.
Easy but fell.
I'll grab my secondary one.
Oh look, I can't see it right now.
This is why Sean doesn't get to play with craft tools because the next thing he'll come and be like, it was in my pocket, sorry.
Not in my pocket.
So we're just gonna lift it now. And once again, if we have any problem with it lifting up, we're just gonna add a little bit more pressure. I do what's called, it's kind of like a pretty taunt pull. So I get super low with it like this. When you're doing a shadow box, don't lean on your glass, lean on the frame part. I've cracked a glass before.
You said this was silicone or Teflon?
I thought that was silicone.
I think this is Teflon. It's a Teflon.
How can you tell?
I think because you can see the weave in it. Teflon is like a fabric.
It is? I thought Teflon was just for baking. It's not?
For multiple things.
I thought it was for baking though. You always say I want a Teflon.
That's one of the things they make it out of.
Oh.
Yeah. Those are nice too.
So see how taunt I'm pulling that? So it's really low. Oh, that's just the
residue.
Gosh, this transfer paper is so much nicer.
Yeah, Tamara, we did not use parchment paper. This was a Teflon roll.
I'm out of my parchment paper.
Yeah, all gone.
I need to buy some. We have to go out tonight anyway, so. All right.
Ooh.
Why do you freak out? There's no need for it. Everything's easily fixed in the crafting world. See? See, was that any reason to get all freaked out over?
Nope.
No need to freak out.
You can get shadow boxes from...
I get them from Joann's a lot when they have, especially for ourselves. So any bubbles you have, this is good stuff. I only had a few in this. I just use this. If you have a really stubborn one, you can pop a little hole in it with like a pokey tool and then just rub it like that. Now this one did have a ripple in it, like I said it did, so I do need to fix that by lifting it up. And then using the Cricut scraper tool, when I lay it flat, that'll get rid of any of that. So there's the first one.
Nice.
And I need my canned air, but it's upstairs.
Oh.
I can go get it. So there is the first one. Look at that, you guys. Isn't that fun?
Love it.
So the interesting thing on this glass is it shifts. Look at this.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So once again, if you see any bubbles, there's like one right here. I'm just going to take this tool, and or you can use like a needle, and it will literally lay flat. The air, this doesn't have as much bubbles as some of the other stuff does, but and you can't really see it. So there's the first one. So next we will do purple, and the purple I'm going to do the gray. Oh no, the bat. Where's my bat?
The bat?
Because the green is going to be on the grave. Because it's it's like grass.
Just found out a contestant got violent.
Oh. someone get violent. There's no time for that. You know?
Something happened, somebody got pissed off and just...
But we don't have to get violent over it, do we? We're adults. Ain't nobody got time for violence, Sean.
Big Brother is starting now.
Bye, everyone. No,
less than 2 weeks to the finale.
We just don't have time. We used to watch Big Brother a lot, actually. It's a time commitment. It's on 3 nights a week, and we ain't got time for that.
Do you purchase the pre-cut rectangular shaped parchment papers from Reynolds? I love them.
Yes.
They're perfect size.
Well, yes and no. I had a couple rolls of parchment paper, so I haven't. This stuff is amazing. Look at this, Sean.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's nice. So, Cheryl says, I learned last year when doing glass ornaments, if the vinyl has a bubble in it, you use a hairdryer. It will gently smooth it down.
Yep.
Yep.
That is another way to do it. All right, last, and then we are all done, Shawnee.
Yeah, look at that. Anti-tay is a little tougher. Tougher than what? Did I miss something?
So I'm putting this one in the middle because it's a little bit taller than the other two, but I still want to make sure it's nice and centered between them.
Hi, Mona.
This has dried blood on it. That's fun.
Why not reverse the decal and put it on the reverse side?
You could do that.
One way.
I don't like looking at it. I've done that before. I do not like looking at vinyl from the back because if you get any ripples or bubbles, it's murderous and stuff. So I don't. You can do that, but it's not my favorite way to do it. I've seen people do it, but it really shows, in my opinion, like bubble mistakes and stuff like that.
Oh, you guys had that gas explosion. Yeah, I saw that.
All right. This transfer paper is everything, you guys.
It's really, really cool stuff.
Well, as I say that, this little tiny one doesn't want to stick. Maybe I'll start from this corner. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start from this corner because there's more to work with. Yeah, see, look at that. That is so nice. Look at that.
I always forget to mirror the image. This you didn't have to, did you?
No, because it's going straight on. They're saying to do it from the back, mirror it. I'm not a fan of that technique. Not saying it's wrong or anything. I don't like it because if I make a mess up on the bubbles, it's really noticeable.
Dun, dun, dun.
Gosh, that transfer paper is nice. All right, guys.
Colors remind me of Hocus Pocus.
That's exactly what I was going for.
Here, let me zoom out.
So I do have just a couple spots to clean up where my fingerprints touched. But look at that. What do you guys think?
No.
I love the fabric behind here. And you can tell it's not paper. You can tell it has a texture to it, which I love. But look at how great that is. We have our pumpkin. You have the graveyard scene. Scary. I'll get up close so you guys can see that.
Debbie Keller, this is all stuff from Cricut, the transfer tape and the vinyl.
Everything but the boxes are from Cricut. So this is the premium glossy permanent black vinyl. This is the bonded fabric that you can buy. We used, or the fusible fabric, excuse me, the fusible fabric. We used our Easy Press to put on that so that way there's no wrinkles. My issue with this, if I would have just used adhesive on this, we would have seen ripples possibly. And this made it nice and even on our, and then look at that purple. Oh, that purple is gorge. Look at that fabric back there. You can just tell it's got like a fabric to it. Mm-hmm. Like it has that really beautiful texture you just don't get in paper.
Kind of like a linen look.
I love it. This might end up in our bathroom because we have three things, and I have older ones there, which are nice. They're beautiful, but it's nice to get a nice refresh. So these are found in Cricut Design Space. Just look them up. You can look this project up, and then you can find all of them for the different holidays because they had some for Christmas, 4th of July, and everything. So, but I love them. Look at it. Isn't that cool? There's the pumpkin. Which one's that? Oh, that's the rest in peace. And then, of course, the purple. I love it. Those turned out great. I'm so excited. Yay. Oh, yeah, put a dollar store candle inside. You could. So that's really what's kind of cool about shadow boxes is you could put candy corn in this. You could put tons of different stuff.
I think, well, if not a candle, I would probably go, because it's sealed in there, I would say one of those LED ones.
Yeah. Or you could like do candy corn in the middle, since these are going to all be right in there, and do a gradual down on the other one. So very cool.
Very nice.
Can you reuse the transfer tape? Possibly.
Yeah. I mean, I left this. Still sticky.
Yeah, probably. So, well, thank you guys for joining and seeing the project and stuff. We had a total blast. We will be back next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I'm excited because I don't have any meetings or things I need to do like I did this week. So we'll be back. We have a couple cards to make. Just some fun stuff. All right.
Very cool.
So don't forget, all the links are down below. Definitely use those links when you are checking out at Cricut. Don't forget that sale is going on. So those grab bags are a must. There is an iron-on, a Cuttlebug, and a vinyl. $34.99. You can use KK10 to get an additional $3.50 off. With Cricut Access, another $3.50 off. It comes down to $28.74. That is a steal of a deal on these bundles that they're giving away. So once again, Cuttlebug, iron-on, and vinyl. If you want to know the specific things in each box, click the links down below. It will give you a detailed item of everything that's in the box. And their sale, remember, is pick your sale. So if you want to buy cutting materials, there's a code for that. If you want to buy accessories, there's a code for that. If you want to buy fabric, there's a code for that.
Each one is different.
Yes. So separate transactions too if you want to use all three. I've given you all the links down below and the code you'll want to use to activate all of those sales. Also, don't forget to share the video. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. We'd really appreciate that.
Yeah, love
and
that.
if you are interested in becoming a Patreon, all the information is down below. If you are a Patreon, you get special perks.
Yes, you do.
And thank you for supporting us.
Thank you very much. Yes.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us. You are all amazing. Stick around. If you are a gold Patreon or above, you will be thanked in our Patreon thank you video. So have a wonderful week, guys. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Bye, guys.